Reba McEntire's goodbye to Dolly. There will never, ever be another you. Within hours of Dolly Parton's death, tributes poured in from across the entire entertainment world. But few carried the weight of the one written by Reba McEntire, a woman who'd shared decades of friendship, stages and award show moments with Parton, and who chose to say goodbye in words that felt less like a public statement and more like a letter to an old friend. This is Reba's tribute and the story of a friendship that spanned generations of country music. Dolly Parton died peacefully on Tuesday, 25th of August, 2026, at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville at the age of 80, according to a statement from her family. Her nephew, Brian Seaver, announced the news publicly in an emotional video, explaining that Dolly had asked him years earlier to be the one to deliver the news when the time eventually came. Seaver described Dolly as having lived in the light, now resting in the arms of Jesus, and pictured her being met in heaven by her late husband, Carl Dean, her parents, and countless others who had watched over her and longed to welcome her home. Dolly Parton died peacefully on Tuesday, 25th of August 2026, at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville at the age of 80, according to a statement from her family. Her nephew, Brian Seaver, announced the news publicly in an emotional video, explaining that Dolly had asked him years earlier to be the one to deliver the news when the time eventually came. Seaver described Dolly as having lived in the light, now resting in the arms of Jesus, and pictured her being met in heaven by her late husband, Carl Dean, her parents, and countless others who had watched over her and longed to welcome her home. McEntire shared her tribute on Instagram and X, posting a carousel of photos capturing decades of friendship between the two women. She began simply, writing that she just received the news that her buddy Dolly had passed on to the higher and greater side. She thanked Dolly directly for all the wonderful things she'd done for everyone here on Earth, describing her love, her music, and everything she'd given the world through what McEntire called her huge, huge heart. There would never, ever, she wrote, be another Dolly Parton. McEntire promised that fans would remember and cherish every memory and every note Dolly had ever played and sung before turning her words briefly toward gratitude, simply thanking the Lord for Dolly's life. Perhaps the most touching part of McEntire's tribute came next, as she pictured what Dolly's homecoming might actually look like. She wrote that Dolly was surely having a blast in heaven, singing all her favourite songs alongside family and friends who'd gone on before her, a fitting image for a woman whose entire life had been defined by music and joy. McEntire closed her tribute on an unmistakably personal note, saying she'd never forget the first time she met Dolly and that she'd never forget their final conversation either, one she said she now held close to her heart with love. She ended simply, "I will always love you, Reba." McEntire and Parton's friendship stretched back decades, built across shared stages and countless award show moments. That bond was on full display at the 2016 CMA Awards. When Parton received the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award, McEntire took the stage that night to perform 9 to 5 in her honour, one of several artists, including Casey Musgraves, Carrie Underwood, and Martina McBride, who came together to celebrate Parton's legacy in song. McEntire's tribute joined a genuinely massive wave of grief from across the industry. Sally Field, Parton's Steel Magnolias co-star, wrote that if there were truly angels on Earth, the world had just lost one. Actress Julia Roberts called her a magical and joyous human, while singer Casey Musgraves wrote simply that the world felt a lot less sparkly all of a sudden. Reba McEntire didn't need elaborate language to say goodbye to Dolly Parton. She simply told the truth, plainly and with genuine warmth, thanking a friend for everything she'd given the world and imagining her exactly where she belonged, surrounded by music and by the people who'd loved her first. Few tributes captured what so many were feeling quite as simply or as movingly as Reba's closing words. There will never, ever be another you. If this tribute moved you, share your own favourite Dolly Parton memory in the comments and subscribe for more heartfelt stories from the world of music.